The time has come to finally do a shootout video of the 3 wireless earbuds that I reviewed. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, I'm SuperSG and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be doing a shootout of the 3 wireless earbuds that I reviewed. For those of you that are interested in a more detailed review, I'll go ahead and leave links down in the description below for each of my reviews. Now before we start this shootout, there's a couple things we need to cover. The first thing is, how do we judge these earbuds all on a similar level? I personally believe that there are 4 main pillars that comprise an amazing set of wireless earbuds. Number 1, sound quality. Number 2, battery life. Number 3, portability. And number 4, comfort. With those 4 main pillars in mind, if we have a pair of earbuds here that meets all 4 of those pillars, then we're looking at a pretty solid choice. One more thing to establish is that I listened to the same 8 songs on all 3 of these pairs of wireless earbuds. That way we can kind of have a similar playing ground to determine what has the best sound quality. And with all of that established, let's go ahead and compare all 3 earbuds and see what one is best at what. Our first contender is Utaxo. Now Utaxo is a pretty interesting set of wireless earbuds. In my in-depth review, I complimented its battery life, but I also gave it some cons because it didn't have that great of a sound quality to it. So for pillar number 1, the sound quality, not that great. You're really lacking in the low sections. Your bass really isn't there. Your kick drums lack oomph. Your highs are a little bit weak. They're not really shimmery or anything along those lines. All that you really hear are the mids. Now that's fine if you prefer genres that are more mid-centric, like rock and roll, classical, jazz, anything acoustic. All of those are going to sound pretty fine on these. But if you're listening to hip-hop or EDM or any type of rich, deep bass or anything with a lot of highs, this isn't going to be the set of earbuds for you. As I said not that long ago, the battery capacity on this is crazy. You have 100 hours of playtime on here. But with that playtime, you also have a pretty large case. So for pillar number 2 and for pillar number 3, you have a lot of battery capacity, but unfortunately, because it's such a large case, you may not be able to put this in a smaller pocket or a bag or something along those lines. If you have pretty big pockets or a backpack or a fanny pack or a purse, all of that's going to be totally fine for these to fit in. Now the last pillar is going to be comfort. In terms of comfort, I'm actually pretty surprised that these are very comfortable to wear. I've worn these for over an hour before without having any type of strain in my ear or without feeling any type of ear fatigue. For Utaxo, we're going to meet 2 of those pillars instead of all 4 of them. So these are a pretty good set of earbuds, but they're not the best. Now let's move on to our second contender. Next up in our lineup, we have the lid that won't stay open. Just kidding, that's going to be TaoTronics SoundLiberty 79s. In all seriousness, apart from the lid not staying open, the sound quality is pretty amazing on these. So right off the bat, pillar number 1 is looking pretty strong. The SoundLiberty 79s have amazing bass quality. Your kick drums are going to punch through really nicely. Your rich, deep bass synthesizers and bass guitars and anything in that type of range is going to sound really good. Your highs are also there, unlike the Utaxos, so for these ones you actually do have a little bit of a high frequency range. And then of course the mid-range is very present, but it's not overbearing to the point where it drowns out the low and the high ends. I'm actually pretty surprised at how great the sound quality is on these. One thing to note is that these do heavily lean on the low end of the spectrum. So if you're listening to hip hop or EDM or any type of genre that has lower sound frequencies, these are going to be the earbuds that are for you. So for pillar 2, the battery life isn't that great. Unfortunately, you're only getting 30 total hours out of this charging case with the earbuds combined. Now 30 hours might seem like a lot, but in reality, if you're going into work or you're working out a lot with these, you're gonna have to throw this on the charger pretty frequently in order to get its full use. One positive thing though is that it does have 4 charging lights, like I said in my detailed review, so that way you do get a gauge of how much battery you have left before you need to throw it on the charger. And because it's such a small battery life, you also do have a pretty small case. This fits no problem in any front pockets or back pockets. Even that little change pocket on a lot of men's jeans is going to fit in there. Little snug, but it still fits. It's going to fit no problem in a backpack, purse, fanny pack, whatever you have. It's going to fit no problem in there. So that looks all great for the first 4 pillars, but there's one more pillar that we have to discuss, and that's comfort. So the Utaxos fit really well in my ear, and unfortunately, the SoundLiberty 79s kind of don't. Don't get me wrong, they're still okay in terms of comfort. I can put them in my ear, listen to my music for a good amount of time, but after an extended period of time, say once you hit that hour mark, that's when you start to notice some ear fatigue. And I think it's just the way that the earbuds are shaped. They're meant to fit perfectly in your ears, but because of that, they push down with gravity, so it kind of gives you ear fatigue on that lower part of your ear. So for extended periods of time, this might not be the best option, but hey, I love the sound quality aspect of this, so pillar number 1 is probably the most important for me. So that's the SoundLiberty 79s. Of course, we have 3 of the 4 total pillars met, which is an amazing experience. But what about our third and final contender? On the flip side of a crappy hinge, you have Boltune's amazing double hinge. I love this. But not to go on a tangent or anything about the device, let's go ahead and talk about the 4 pillars. Number 1 is sound quality. How do these sound? Well, just like the SoundLiberty 79s, these sound really, really good. In fact, these are probably the most well-rounded of the 3 earbuds. Where the TaoTronics kind of leans towards the bass side, the Boltunes don't really lean one way or the other. You still have perfect bass clarity, you have mid-range frequencies that are perfectly fine to hear, and then your highs are not overbearing and they don't punch too much or they don't cut through, so this is actually a pretty well-rounded listening experience. The battery life is a little bit better than the SoundLiberty 79s. You're looking at about 45 totals in the case along with in the earbuds when it's completely charged. But with that 45 hours, you do have a smaller case compared to the Utaxos. In fact, they're on a more similar size compared to the TaoTronics SoundLiberty 79s than the Utaxo wireless earbuds. I mean, Utaxos, that's a tank. This thing is huge, but this, I think this is kind of a good sweet spot. So just like the SoundLiberty 79s, these are gonna fit no problem in your purse, in your backpack, in your fanny pack, your pockets, your back pockets, whatever you have, it's gonna fit in there, perfect. Now, of course, that leaves our 4th and final pillar, comfort. So in terms of comfort, they are pretty comfortable. I can listen to these for over an hour, maybe 2 hours if I really pushed it without any type of ear fatigue. But the only thing that really bothers me is this long stem. So that's just something that you have to get used to. Other than that, these are perfectly comfortable to wear. So it sounds like, if I do my math correctly, all 4 of those pillars are met, which means these should be our winner. They should be, but are they? I think before we establish my favorite pair and the winner of this whole shootout, we should go ahead and give some awards. The first award is going to be the best battery life, and of course that's going to go to the Utaxos. The battery life on these is ridiculous. 100+ hours of playtime. That's insane. I've been able to go into work and listen to these for a whole week without having to throw them on the charger. That's how good the battery life is. Our second award is going to be the best portability, and that goes to the SoundLiberty 79s. This is such a small case, it's kind of ridiculous. When I first pulled this out of the box, I was like, wow, it's that small? Yeah, it's tiny. This will fit in your pocket, no problem. You don't even need to throw it in your backpack if you really don't want to, or your purse, or your fanny pack. I keep saying fanny pack, but don't diss the fanny pack, man. I love fanny packs. The next award is gonna be the most premium feeling. Of course, when you have wireless earbuds like these, you're gonna be compared to AirPods all the time. In my opinion, it's gonna be the Boltune. The style that Boltune pulled off with these earbuds is kind of insane. The premium finish on the inside looks great, and then the canvas outside, there's something about it. It's eye-catching. When you put these down on a table or you put them in your ears, people are gonna be like, whoa, that case looks sweet. And I think it's just the case alone is what makes this so premium feeling and so appealing. Okay, so with all of those awards out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about my personal favorite set of earbuds. You're probably thinking I have a lot of praise for Boltune right now because of everything, really. It meets all 4 pillars and it looks premium and it's near flawless. So that's my favorite. But yeah, it is the Boltunes actually, yeah. Despite the incredibly obnoxious double pairing for Bluetooth on these, the Boltunes are phenomenal in every other sense. They look premium, they feel great in your ear, they have a pretty good battery life, and the sound quality is the best overall. It's so rounded. If you even wanted a little bit more bass, you could throw an equalizer on there no problem and just bump up the bass. I'm really surprised at how well these sound for only $60. So that's gonna be my final conclusion. The Boltunes are the #1. I think the Boltunes are the best price for the dollar, and I think that they're the earbuds that you should buy. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. This is like my 5th time recording this. And yes, I do mean that. I have gone through so many takes and trying to get everything right. And also, every time that I would open these, I would totally forget to turn off my Bluetooth on my phone because then it would sync to my phone and then it would override the lavalier microphone and go to the headset microphone, and it would always, it would just completely mess up the audio, so I didn't even notice that until I finished recording everything. I put a lot of work and effort into this video, and I really appreciate all of you that are tuning in to watch this. If you liked this shootout video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're interested, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, so that way you can find out when I post more video reviews. As a sneak peek, I got a $50 smartwatch in my next one. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next video review. See ya!